Hi there, my name is Louise Brace from Management 3.0 and Happy Melly, and welcome to the latest episode in the series of Management 3.0 case stories. And today I'm delighted to welcome not one but two guests to the programme. I have Vicky Thompson from Massimus Consulting and Training and Eduardo Scudeler from Smiles SA. And both of them are joining us today from Brazil. So hey guys, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hi there. So Vicky and Eduardo have been using the Management 3.0 practice of the Kudo Box. And the Kudo Box is all about giving positive feedback and showing appreciation to your co-workers. So when you feel gratitude for a great piece of work they've done, or they've just given you such a kind gesture, you grab a Kudo card and you tell them how much you appreciate them via that Kudo card. You put it in the Kudo Box. And there are various options to distribute those cards. Now, before we continue with the conversation, I'm going to share my screen with the audience so you guys all get a chance to see what a Kudo card looks like. So let's have a look. Okay, let's not have a look at a Kudo card. Let's try that again. Okay, here we go. Right, okay, so you should all be able to see now Kudo cards, so you can say to someone, you're totally awesome, thank you, congratulations, great job, many thanks, whatever you like. So let's find out a little bit about the experiences of some companies that have been using Kudo Box and Kudo cards in their company. So Vicky and Eduardo have been using Kudo Box separately in Smiles and in Massimus. So Vicky, do you want to start and tell us a little bit about why you first started to use the Kudo Box practice?
Well, I started using them with my teams when I was working in Petrobras. And we had trouble getting feedback. People in the teams and during their retrospectives, they say they felt a lack of feedback. And that was important for them. So I read about the practice and I saw it was easy to apply. So I decided to start it in one of my teams. And we had a very good experience. People started giving feedback to one another, knowing what to expect, what was well viewed by others, and we also managed to involve other teams. We have support teams, and we'd send Kudo cards to them as well.
Okay, great. And Eduardo, when did you realize in your company that it was necessary to give some appreciation out to some of your teams and co-workers? What made you start the Kudo Box practice?
Well, I started to use this practice during Victoria in her team. So
we worked together in Petrobras for a period.
Okay.
Some time.
She started a series of practices, agile practice in the company. So I was observed, and I liked very much because people started to give feedback one of our other. And here in Smiles, we have the same trouble because we have different people in teams, and they are some close, some closed, and they have some difficulty to give feedback. So I started using here to, I don't know.
Open up the communication.
Yeah. To start this practice, to start people, to initiate people to give feedback. And in the next stages, it starts to give another kind of feedback, not so positive feedback, but another kind of feedback.
Okay, so it was really to kind of animate people to actually start giving feedback in the first place.
Yeah, to energize people.
Yeah.
Trying to make only one piece. I don't know.
I feel as a whole, as a team.
Yeah.
Cool.
people participate, know they are part of something bigger.
Yeah.
And I mean, people make Kudo boxes, and we had somebody on a virtual book tour session a few weeks ago who made their Kudo box out of a shoe box. How did you both go about making your Kudo boxes? What were they made from?
Well, in my case, in Petrobras, we had some wooden boxes. They had several colors. Each team had their own box. Initially, they were used for sort of like helping to do the retrospectives, gather information, and we used some of those as a Kudo box. So people would deposit the papers in that, and that's what we used.
And here in Smiles, I'm using a board.
Okay.
So people write in kudos and take this in a board to make visible for every people that join the room the room that we are using to develop software. So I'm using a board to make visible, to make this feedback visible for everyone.
That's excellent, because that makes it very public. No, the gratitude and the feedback is very public. Because some people say that, oh no, we like to keep the Kudo box, or they have some members of their team who feel embarrassed to receive a Kudo card, and therefore they like to receive theirs privately. But as yours is very much based around feedback as well, it's very public for you. And your board is in the middle of the room with all the team, or how does it? Yeah.
I'm trying to break this feeling. To embrace people. I'm trying to make people be comfortable to do these feedbacks.
Excellent. And Vicky, when you were doing the Kudo box, were you giving out rewards at the same time, or was it just total kind of appreciation? It wasn't like little vouchers or little presents as well?
My idea was to hand out something as well, because one of the quite small rewards, but the context in the company is a bit complicated, because we have people from different companies working together.
Uh-huh.
So something like that would be complicated, because we have to agree several companies. So what we did is to just gratitude, write what was positive, and that already had a very good effect.
Mm-hmm.
And so make it public by opening the box during the retrospective meetings.
Yeah.
So we had teams that had the retrospectives every 2 weeks, every 3 or 4 weeks, and they'd open the box at that moment, and we'd hand out the papers. So each one in a team would grab a paper and sort of publicly, they would say during the meeting what was written, from who it was from, to who it was, it's been sent. So we made it public that way.
Mm-hmm. Question to you both. Do you think it has the practice has a positive influence on the motivation between co-workers and productivity?
Yeah.
Certainly. Well, one thing that was very that we noticed a lot with teams, like in Petrobras, the ones where we applied this practice, the climate in the team was very good. So if I had a team, the teams I started working with, they usually were in a very complicated situation. Mm-hmm. And after applying this practice, among others, but this was very important, we had a very good team climate. And this would, many people in the company would want to work with the teams that were already using the box because of this. It was very good working environment and people giving feedback to one another.
Yeah, I think it's a good tool to start to form a team, because of this that Victoria said. You can use this to make people to know another people in the team, know the way that they do the things, and you can know who is better and who is not comfortable with the situation.
That's a really excellent point. So you could almost use it as like a team bonding exercise for new teams that are coming together. That's a really excellent point. So do you think kind of giving this type of intrinsic reward is as good or better as extrinsic rewards like bonuses or kind of financial payments? Just different, or what do you think? It's more positive?
Here in Smile is more positive, but that situation that Victoria explained about a lot of companies working together and different salaries and different levels of professionals, it's a barrier
Mm-hmm.
to for us in this case. But I think it's we have a positive result here.
That's really cool.
I think it's something easy to apply. Because something extrinsic like things and bonuses, they depend a lot on the human resources in each company. It's complicated to organize, and usually the people who evaluate to give these benefits, they're not close to the team. In the case of the Kudo Box, it's something with the team, people working with one another. They can give feedback because they see what's happening. So something extrinsic rewards, I think they are good as well, but intrinsic ones like that, they can have more power, I think, in the long run. But it'd be nice if we had a sort of way of organizing a company, more liberty for the team to maybe decide on these extrinsic rewards and have control over that, not some department that's far away from the team.
Sure.
The team recognize the people in the team. It's I don't know, but
sort of daily.
Yeah, it's internal of the team. The team decide who people
who deserves.
Who deserve this or that reward. So I think
Very
it's democratic.
yeah.
It's a democratic way to give these rewards, to recognize the reward.
It's like a much more effective way of really engaging the team rather than just giving them kind of satisfaction from some financial reward, I think. So is there anything you would have done is there anything that you would have done differently or that you've changed from like the original practice?
I think we need to adapt the original practice in case that we use it, because we have another culture here in Brazil. So, but we can use it. I think the more part of original practice.
Most of it, the original. What we removed kind of the rewards, small rewards, which we can apply in each of the companies. Something that we might try in maybe a situation where we can plan that. And the practice is one thing that I think in my case I would change a little, is that sometimes the team can reward other support teams which aren't in the room. So sometimes I see it's a good idea to talk to somebody in the other team, explain the practice. Sometimes I will receive the Kudo card, or what is this? But it's an interesting way to also spread it in the company. So we had many teams, other teams, they start receiving these cards. Oh, what's this? And then they showed interest. Oh, we like to use that too. So it's a very good way of spreading it.
That's really cool. So you're starting to spread that kind of happiness around the whole company, not just keeping it into one team. Oh, that's really that's excellent. Well, thank you so much, Vicky and Eduardo, for sharing your experiences with us today for the Kudo Box. Just take a few minutes to talk about your companies and tell us what you do. So, Vicky, if you want to tell us about Massimus.
Okay. Well, we both work in Massimus. Eduardo.
Okay.
What we have is we work in different customers. So Massimus is a consulting company. We work agile coaches. So I'm an agile coach currently working in Bradesco Bank. So we have a pilot team there to start using agile practices. And well, Eduardo is here and smiles.
Yeah, and here we are doing the same work with our pilot project to start with agile practices and trying to spread this in the company, trying to create this culture in the company.
Yeah, and we use a lot of management 3.0 practices, including Kudo Box and others.
Moving motivators.
Yes, that's very good as well.
Yeah. Will you come back and talk to me again about some of the other practices then?
Yeah.
I'd love to chat to you guys again. I really would. So we'll have to set up another day.
Anytime.
Brilliant. So just before we go, do you two have somebody in your team or just out there that you would like to give a kudo? We don't have a kudo card, but a kudo shout out, and we'll share the video with them.
Somebody on our teams that we'd like to, the teams that we work in currently.
Yeah, or anybody that you feel like giving a kudo shout out today, and then we'll share the video with them when it's published.
Let's see. I think I'd like to share it with Adriana, who I work with in Petrobras. She's continuing the practices I started there and is a fan of Kudo Box as well. So I wanted also to make her participate in this interview, but maybe we can organize a future one. And I'd like to send her a Kudo card, sort of gratitude and continuing the good practices in the company. Excellent.
And Eduardo?
I like to give a kudo to Jürgen to show us about this practice, to trying to make us happy, and happy Melly too. And happy Melly, I want to give a kudo to happy Melly for this work, because I think it's very important trying to work happy, to work satisfied.
Yeah, that's it. Big kudo shout out to Jürgen, and I'm sure he's going to be watching this video very soon. So, well, thank you, Vicky and Eduardo, once again. And well, I'd love to speak to you guys again about moving motivators. So hopefully we'll have another session coming soon. Thank you. Take care. Bye.